Today's lesson is on statistical analysis. We are going to be looking at measures of center and measures of variability. Follow along with your 3-column notes as we move throughout this lesson. We are going to use the following scenario to find the measures of center and the measures of variation for these science scores. The following 8 students took a science quiz last week. Use their percent scores to calculate each of the following items. The instruction or example column will help you find each item. The science scores are 60, 93, 80, 95, 74, 78, 63, and 90. Let's begin by calculating the mean. Remember, mean is when you find the average. You add up all of the numbers and divide its sum by how many numbers there are in the data set. Again, this is finding the average. Using your calculator, we are going to add 60 plus 93 plus 80 plus 95 plus 74 plus 78 plus 63 plus 90. The total of these 8 scores is 633. Since there are 8 numbers in our data set, to find the mean, we divide 633 by 8. That gives us a total of 79 and 125 thousandths. We are going to round to the 10th place value. 1 is in our 10th place value, so we look at the 2 behind it. The 2 will keep the number as it is, so our mean is 79 and 1/10. Next, we will calculate the median. In order to calculate the median, you must place the numbers you are given in numerical order and find the number in the middle. Let's go ahead and write these numbers in order from least to greatest. Ordered from least to greatest, we have 60, 63, 74, 78, 80, 90, 93, and 95. Remember, median stands for middle number. Since we have an even set, we have 2 numbers that are in the middle, 78 and 80. To calculate the median, we find the average. 78 plus 80 equals 158. We divide that number by 2, and we get 79. The median is 79. Next, we will calculate the mode. Remember, mode is the number or numbers that appear the most often. You can have more than one mode if you have numbers that repeat the same amount of time. In this problem, we have no mode. None of our numbers repeat, so our answer is no mode. Next, we are going to calculate the range. Remember, range is the difference or distance between the highest and lowest values in your set. Here are numbers in order from least to greatest. 60 is our lowest number. 95 is our highest number. To find the range, we subtract. 95 minus 60 equals 35. The range is 35. That means the distance between the highest number and the lowest number is 35. Now we are going to calculate the quartiles. Here we are going to be looking at quartile 1, the lower quartile, quartile 2, the median, and quartile 3, the upper quartile. First, we need to put our numbers in order from least to greatest. if you recall, we've already calculated the median. So quartile 2 is the median. We cut our list of numbers in half by finding the median. Since we have 8 numbers in our set, that means we have 4 numbers on each side of our median. Remember, our median is 79, so that is quartile 2, or Q2. To find quartile 1, we are going to look at the lower half of our data. Quartile 1, or the lower quartile, is the median of the lower half of data. My lower half of data has 2 numbers in the middle, 63 plus 74. We're going to calculate the average of these 2 numbers in order to determine what quartile 1, or lower quartile, is. When we add 63 plus 74, we get 137. We divide that number by 2, and that gives us quartile 1, which is 68 and 5/10. Quartile 3 is the median of the upper half of data. Again, I have 2 numbers in the middle, so I'm going to add 90 plus 93. That is going to give me a total of 183. I divide that number by 2 to find the average, and that gives me 91 and 5/10. That means quartile 3 is 91 and 5/10. Next, we are going to calculate the interquartile range. This is the difference or distance between quartile 3 and quartile 1. Recall, quartile 1 was 68 and 5/10, quartile 2, or the median, was 79, and quartile 3 was 91 and 5/10. To find the interquartile range, also known as IQR, we are going to subtract Q3 minus Q1. Q3 is 91 and 5/10 minus Q1, which is 68 and 5/10. To find the interquartile range, I just subtract these 2 numbers. The distance or difference between quartile 1 and quartile 3 is 23. So our interquartile range is 23. Finally, we are going to calculate the mean absolute deviation. The first step is to find the mean of all of the values. If you recall, the mean of our data in this set was 79 and 1/10. Step number 2 is we find the distance or the difference of each value from that mean. Now remember, when calculating distance, we are looking at absolute value. So in order to calculate the distance of each value from the mean, we are going to set up each value the following way. Looking at this, you see that each of my values are placed in absolute value symbols. This is to find the distance. Remember, distance has no positive or negative value. Distance is distance. So we are going to subtract to calculate the absolute value.